Hello, my Merry Makers, and welcome to another Merry Making Monday. I'm Becca. Happy New Year! So, today I'm going to talk about something some of you may already be totally ingrained in, but also some of you may be searching a little bit on, and it's how to hold your tools. Now, before I begin, I want to say something that comes from the heart. This is just a guide. Hold your tools however you darn well choose. And even though that's kind of a pun, it's also true. You gotta do you. Crocheting, knitting, crafting is an art. As I've stated before, I make all sorts of things, and the way I do certain things is not going to be the same as the way some other people do certain things. So, but I am going to talk about some holds that I've seen on both the crochet and the knitting needle, which may or may not work for you. So, I have got an ergonomic needle, or hook, my bad, hook. Some people are very testy about that. And there are mainly two ways to hold a hook, but there are more that I've seen. One is what is called the pencil. You hold it like you would when you're writing. And most of the motion is in your fingers. Now the problem with this, especially with ergonomic hooks, is because this part is a little bit shorter than, like, say, your standard aluminum needle, is it sometimes gets tangled. Also, if you're like me and have had pain in your knuckle, that can get really old really fast. So the other way is what a lot of people call the knife. You hold it sideways, and most of the motion is in your wrist. Now, I've seen other crocheters who have pain in their wrists. So they'll keep this hand absolutely still and move this hand. I saw one lady with rather nice nails, and I think this is why she was doing it. She had her pointer finger way up here, and she was moving the hook with these fingers. Oh, gosh.
This is a reminder. Pick up.
I've seen people who are missing limbs or missing digits, and they have this piece of elastic. I tried to find one, but maybe they make it themselves. And what it is a piece of elastic that goes around both their pointer finger and their hook. And that's how they hold their hook with this hand. I even saw a video where this lady had no hands and was holding the hook underneath her knee and was moving the yarn with her foot. You gotta do you. And then with knitting, I'm not sure about different ways to hold the knitting needles. When I did the research, what came up was different ways of holding your yarn while doing knitting. So the way I knit is known as either continental or as English, as my grandmother likes to talk. I don't know why. When I was talking to her the other day, that's the first time I've ever heard it called English. And that is where, if you're right-handed, that's another important thing. I'm right-handed. So all my stuff is usually with my right hand. If you talk to a right-handed knitter or a crocheter, and then you talk to a left-handed one, they do things a little differently. So I hold the yarn and the non-working needle in my left hand, and then I take the working needle, and that's the one I move. Okay? There are some people out there that are known as, I've only heard it as throwing or non-continental. That's where you throw the yarn. You're not holding it, you throw it, and then you pull it. I've also seen it where somehow the working needle is also the hand that you hold the yarn in. I can't do it. But that just goes to prove that you've got to do you. So, plans for the new year. I have got to get my mother's shawl done. I am on row 50 of 53, so I am so close. I've seen other people say that they're gonna finish all their whips. My graveyard is too big for that. So when I say my graveyard, that's where whips go to die. But I do want to work on a few more of my, I do want to work on my graveyard so that it can go down. So I've been thinking about maybe doing a temperature blanket. I don't think that's going to happen this year, though. I think that's going to happen next year. So goals for this year are my mom's shawl, my best friend's lovey, my cousin's blanket, my brother's elephant, and finish my Christmas sweater. Now, that's only 5 projects, so you know that there's going to be more than that. I also would really like it to make it to 200 subscribers by the end of this year. But that's more up to you guys than it is to me by, I hate to say it, liking, subscribing, and commenting. But then again, when I started this was supposed to be just for me. And people seem to like what I'm putting out, so I'm going to continue doing it. But if there is something you would like to see, let me know. One thing I've been thinking about doing is when I come across tutorials that already exist on YouTube, but they're either confusing or, in my experience, too fast. I've been thinking about redoing them with my own stuff so that maybe people can understand it better. I don't know if that would offend people, though, so maybe not. But there's one in particular that I might shoot just for myself. Because when the woman is describing what she's doing for crochet, she is going super duper fast. And I had to watch it like 5 times before I could understand what was going on. And I don't know about you, but I need to be able to just watch it maybe once or twice, and then so it will sink in. Well, I hope everybody has a happy new year, and I'm gonna try to do a Wednesday weekly check-in. The kids are out of school, and there is no therapy this week. So there's a strong possibility that if you do get a Wednesday check-in, it will be with kids included. So that would be fun. All right, my merry makers, until then, ciao.